Transformer. Good morning, all, and to all a good morning. I am Jada Ingleton. Welcome to Live Presents. I am the happily WI content editor, and today we'll be talking to the executive director of Food and Friends, which is a wonderful organization making a countless effort to many communities in DC. Actually, not countless. We're going to talk today about how they're working to serve 1.7 million medically tailored meals this year with the help of their upcoming gala. So with us today, the executive director, we're going to learn a little bit about who they are, what they do, and how you or someone you know can get involved in their services. But before our lovely guest joins us, let's take a look and learn a little bit about the impact of Food and Friends.
Hi there, I'm Rashid Abdurrahman, Executive Chef at Food and Friends. It's Food Waste Prevention Week, and to celebrate, I wanted to share a few of the ways that we create a more sustainable kitchen here at Food and Friends. In the fall of 2024, we started our first compost program to help deal with food waste. Our kitchen produces over 5,000 meals each day, so it's important to be mindful of how we use our resources. We partnered up with a local composting organization. Every Monday they come and pick it up. Usually there are scraps from like potato skins, carrot skins, and things like that. And they're put into a 44-gallon drum, and we keep it outside. Once the company picks it up, they take it to a local landfill where they compost it, and then it turns into mulch so that you can use it in your garden and my garden as well. Our kitchen is looking forward to ways to be more sustainable, and we hope you are too. Thanks for watching, and happy Food Waste Prevention Week.
Awesome. So please join me in welcoming Carrie Stoltzfus.
Great job, Jada.
I was behind the mic like Stoltzfus.
It's not easy. Not everybody can do it.
Oh, but I'm glad I did. Welcome. How are you this morning?
I'm great. It's great to be here. Thank you for having us. And thanks for kicking things off with Chef Rashid. He is a great ambassador for Food and Friends and all the good that we're doing in the community.
I mean, it was a great way just to get an introduction of who you guys are. And as I'm aware, you're celebrating almost 40 years of serving here in the DMV, right?
Yeah, we got started in 1988 as an aid serving organization. We were delivering meals to folks who were really suffering from that illness. And in all the years and decades since, we've built on that expertise and expanded to be able to take care of people with a really wide range of serious diagnoses now. So that's really our mission, is we're here to take care of people who are, too ill to cook and shop on their own, who are addressing some really serious and complex health issues, often multiple health issues at a time. And we are delivering food to them, meals or groceries, whichever they need, that are designed by a registered dietitian. And we can layer multiple meal plans to take care of them and help them use their nutrition to enhance and maintain their health as best they can.
And that's great because, one of the things that I wanted to do at the top of this was get a sense of how the organization works. Like I mentioned before, you guys are looking to deliver 1.7 million medically tailored meals this year. That can't be easy. That takes a lot of volunteer efforts, and then especially on learning about these chronic illnesses and the dietary needs that work with them. Can you talk about how you guys ensure that sort of aspect is a part of it in the meals and the groceries?
Yeah, so we have both professional chefs like Chef Rashid, who you've met. We also have registered dietitians who work together to create all of our different meal plans. We have 11 different meal plans. We can layer up to 3 of those at any given time. So for example, if someone has kidney failure, if they need soft foods because they have chewing and swallowing issues, if they also have heart failure, for example, we can layer all of those things and we can adjust it over time as the person's needs change. If they're becoming more stable, if their health is in continued decline, we can change what we deliver to them over time to make sure that they're always getting the best nutrition. So that's some of how we incorporate the nutrition aspects into what we do. And in addition to that, each client is paired with a registered dietitian throughout the time that they're with us to talk to them about what they're eating, why we're sending what we're sending, how they can use nutrition to help them manage some of their symptoms and side effects and things like that.
Excellent. And is there a specific, for anyone who might be watching and wanting to learn if they can be eligible for this service, is there a specific focus on any chronic illnesses, or what's that kind of
Yeah,
registration?
I mean, I would encourage people to go to our website. We take care of folks with a really wide range of illnesses, any type of cancer. I think I've mentioned kidney failure, heart failure, diabetes, HIV, AIDS, Parkinson's, MS, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell. I know I'm missing some. There's quite a few. And the referrals come through someone's healthcare provider. So talk to your doctor, talk to anyone on your doctor's team about Food and Friends, and they can help determine if you're eligible for services. We also have a pretty easy quiz on our website that you can take on behalf of yourself or on behalf of someone else to see if you're likely to be eligible. We really do want to make the referral process as easy as possible, but ultimately the referrals do come to us from someone's healthcare provider.
Excellent. So in terms of impact, I think just the aspect of, not necessarily, for lack of a better word, using food as a medicinal approach, but just in a sense it is, because there's also that community aspect of bringing people in a more social engagement when they interact with the person delivering their groceries. And there's a lot of different levels to it. So how do you all at Food and Friends measure that impact for those battling chronic illnesses? And how do you think it's, benefited those individuals that you've been serving throughout the last 4 decades?
Yeah, I love that question. I think we benefit our clients and the broader community, the health system, in a number of different ways. So we survey our clients. We also gather health data from their healthcare providers and local health databases. So we know that our services, decrease people's anxiety about taking care of themselves and their family. They feel that it's easier to follow their doctor's guidance when they receive our services. We know we're having an impact on people's blood pressure, their blood sugar, how they feel about managing, chemotherapy. And we also know that Food and Friends saves money to the healthcare system, right? Our country spends a lot of money on healthcare. And we know that if someone with really expensive chronic conditions or serious conditions, if they receive tailored nutrition, the amount that's spent on their healthcare goes down, and it more than pays for the cost of the food that we're delivering. So we're taking care of the person, the family, and supporting the healthcare system as well.
Excellent. Wonderful. And in terms of talking about support, you have a big community outreach support event coming up in May, the 32nd annual gala. Before we start talking about that, we actually have a video clip to show you all to get a little preview. Check this out. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hungry now. That looked amazing. That was awesome. So the 32nd Annual Chef's Fest Dinner and Auction. Tell us a little bit about that, Carrie, and how it speaks to the broader vision of Food and Friends.
Yeah, so this is our signature event to bring our community together in celebration of the work that we do. It's actually 2 weeks from today on March 7th at the Marriott Marquis downtown, starting at 6:30. Some of what you saw in the video is a highlight of Chef's Fest is our partnership with the restaurant community. So there are dozens of restaurants participating this year. They're going to have tasting stations throughout the ballroom. And so dinner is actually, a moving dinner. So you circulate, try a lot of new restaurants. It's how I build my restaurant to-do list every year. And then over dessert, we gather for a program to celebrate the work of Food and Friends. We are going to be highlighting the story of one of the clients that we take care of, which is really wonderful. And then we also have a live auction. We've got a silent and a live auction to raise funds to help us to continue to do this work. So it's a great opportunity for the community to come together to celebrate Food and Friends and the work that the community puts in year round to making this place and our work possible.
Excellent. How exciting. So how does it feel? We talked a little bit about earlier, the community approach is just as big as the philanthropic one. So how does that feel to kind of see that all come together in the gala with all these different chefs and mixologists involved?
Yeah, it's really wonderful. I mean, Food and Friends is a community-based organization in every sense of the word. Jada, you talked about, some of the community aspects of visiting the clients and, the social isolation and things like that. Our community comes together to volunteer, to donate, and they really are the engine behind this work. And so it's such a neat opportunity to celebrate all of that through Chef's Best. There is a lot of joy in, being a hand to someone else who needs it and taking care of each other. That's something that we all want to do for each other when we need it. And Food and Friends is just such a good example of that. And Chef's Best is our opportunity to just celebrate that and really highlight the impact that we're making in people's lives and have a lot of fun doing so and eating great food, just like you said.
Yes, absolutely. It looks like it. So I wanted to ask, can you highlight any, notable chefs or restaurants that people might know the name of that they can expect?
Yeah, our chef chair this year is Chef Tang of Rooster and Owl Restaurant, which is on 14th Street. Really wonderful spot. Very happy to have him. We've got a number of other wonderful restaurants. Maidan's going to be there, Duck and the Peach, Supra. They're all listed on our website, so please go there to find your favorites. And like I said, build your restaurant to-do list and support these restaurants that are supporting Food and Friends.
Excellent. And of course, more information for ticketing is on the screen here. And in terms of, just outside of this event, how can communities and individuals become more involved in supporting the work of these restaurants?
That is a great question, Jada. We are always looking for volunteers and support. So if you're interested in volunteering for Food and Friends or making a donation, we need those every day and every week. So please go to our website at foodandfriends.org to see how you can do both of those things and get involved. And again, we make both of them very easy. We're happy to welcome volunteers and new supporters, and you can get all of that info on our website.
Excellent. And my last question, Carrie, I want to know, in terms of impact, what do you hope the long-term mark of Food and Friends is? And specifically, I'm asking about, reshaping the culinary scene in DC or how people view chronic illnesses.
Yeah, I think the thing about having a serious diagnosis is that it can happen to any of us at any time. It's never expected, right? And I just want folks to understand that and to recognize that, anyone at any point could need Food and Friends. And that's why it's so important that we have, the community support that we do. I think when I think about the future of Food and Friends, we just want to do more of this work. We want to continue to be responsive to the community around us in terms of where the need is, who we're serving. We recently started a partnership with Howard University Hospital to take care of people with sickle cell. And we did that based on them coming to us, to share the need in that community. And we were happy to, learn more about it, develop that expertise, and take on that group of folks. And that's what we want to continue to do, is just be nimble and responsive to what the community needs from us, because Food and Friends is really one of a kind. We are the only folks who are doing this type of work, to deliver medically tailored meals. And we rely on the community to help us do that work.
Excellent. Awesome. And I'm glad you mentioned that with Howard University, because there is a lot of different organizations that you guys work with throughout the year. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we work with, I know we work with over 300 individual healthcare providers on an annual basis. Howard University is obviously a long time partner of ours as a medical leader in the community with the hospital. And so it was really great to be able to develop this partnership with them, given their expertise in that area.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we look forward to hearing more about the work of Food and Friends. For those of you watching, once again, May 7th, the 32nd annual Best Chefs Dinner and Auction. Don't miss out on a chance to not only engage in some pretty good food, but be a part of impactful work in the community. So thank you, Carrie, for everything that you guys are doing. Thank you for your role in it. And we appreciate you telling us more about Food and Friends today.
Yeah, thank you for having us and helping us elevate our mission, Jada. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys on May 7th.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Awesome. Awesome. Well, for those of us who are live in studio, thank you for joining us today. And for anyone that's going to watch this after the fact, don't forget to tune in. We also have our regular Let's Talk this Friday at noon when our publisher, Denise Rolock Barnes, will be joined by Emily Thomas, chairman of the Public Service Commission, for a sponsored segment. And I personally will be talking to Kathleen Rogers, president of the Earth Day Network, to learn a little bit more about how we can be making our community and our planet better and safer. Until then, enjoy the warm weather, be safe, and thank you for joining Live Presents. Have a good one.
Where do you come to get